All right, so good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we got Sunday coaching series, as I was mentioning, every Sunday, 8 p.m. EST time. It is live on Instagram, and it is also recorded on Zoom. If you don't catch it, you want to watch the replay, excuse me, you can watch it on Monday morning as well. It does get uploaded to all of our social media. If you want to follow, subscribe to our social media, you can go to GarciaMHU.com, and we have the links to everything, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all the channels are there. So we do have a TikTok as well, which will be connected also. Somebody requests that as well. But yes, so we're everywhere, all the social media. All right. But what I wanted to do tonight is I'm not going to do a coaching topic this evening, but I do want to talk about events that are coming. The same thing we get every post events. It's like, oh, I wish I would have attended. I wish I would have made it. I didn't get to see it in time. The list goes on. Whether you saw it or not, I'm not sure, but you did not attend. So for those of you that did attend, as you definitely were in for a treat. I'm not going to give exact address, locations, but bottom line is if you follow Mo Home Investing, what we do a lot of social media is this past the shadow, which was yesterday. Days just seem to be blending in at this point. The event actually took at the same place where now I don't watch the show, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about the show. It's not about a TV show, but the TV hit show Stranger Things. For those of you that watch that, that's actually at the community where we were at. As a matter of fact, one of the mobile homes that they display in the show is the one we're rehabbing. So, small world in a sense, but that's where we're at. The Shadow event is a full day investing. I mean, just back to back education. It is always my goal to have people leave with a wow. If you think of any business, that's the way to go is that people can say, wow, this was great because feedback means everything. And I've done my job, but we're always aiming to try to do better and better and provide more and more. We have, and when I say mobile home investors, there's a stigma. The stigma will never go away. Some people say that's a good thing, some people say negative. I say it keeps the market the way it should. It is not overpopulated like real estate is, and I don't think it'll ever be for that matter. But there is less people on there for that reason, I think. And all in all, is it's a good investment at the end of the day because, like I was coaching and teaching my students, is forget about the mobiles. When you're thinking about investing in anything, numbers have to make sense. The product, the service, wherever it may be, past that, that's great and all. But it's always like, do the numbers make sense? If the numbers make sense, if the numbers are great, does it really matter if it's a mobile? It's a go-kart, it's a motorcycle, it's ice cream stand. It doesn't matter, but the ROIs have to check out. And a lot of times too, and I was coaching a student right before he left after the event. It was all he kept saying: private money lenders, hard money lenders do not lend. That's one of the things that I struggled when I first got started. And it wasn't that there was not any. As a matter of fact, there's hard money and private money lenders everywhere. A private money lender could be a family member, an uncle, an aunt, a friend, anybody who has funds that they can invest. And a lot of times they don't realize that they should be investing because they have the money tied up somewhere. So the example I gave to him was the same thing I'm talking about: is forget about the way you're pitching it. And I got him to pitch it to me. And of course, the immediate first thing he said was, I have a mobile home. They can do this. They can do that. I was like, stop, stop, stop. Because that's the thing. You got to think about, and I invest with doctors, with dentists, with teachers. I mean, we have some teachers at this event there as well. I invest with investors all throughout the US. So they don't want to hear about a mobile home. Nobody wants to hear about a mobile home. But if you talk about your returns are going to be this, your ROIs are going to be this, if you're going to be all in for this amount, you'll get this amount back in a certain amount. This is the returns. Here is the security and the asset, et cetera, et cetera. Let them be the ones that say, what is this anyway? What is this investment? I mean, the numbers sound great. And it's always when I tell them, oh, these are actually mobiles, manufactured housing, I get the typical, really? Yes, really. You see, it's a different approach than obviously saying, this is what we got. But anyway, so a lot of that stuff we covered, it's definitely hard problem lenders. They're hard money. I use a lot of JV partners as well. I think it's a beautiful thing. We can come in together, connect together, network together, invest together, and profit together. So it's a win-win all around. But the event was great. Full day. We did have one guest speaker. He is an investor partner of mine that came in, Mr. Justin. And if you go to our social media, he has his own podcast, his own channel. He is big on wholesaling real estate. But I have brought him into the world of mobile homes, and he's actually helped me close a couple of the deals. I did not realize that we've done as much deals together as we have. We do deals every day, but with him, we've flipped mobile homes. We have flipped mobile homes with land, which is the land packages. and we wholesaled a park last year together. So, it's just like we kind of done multiple exit strategies on there. But you think of even so many of those, it's like, you flipped land with a mobile home, you flipped a mobile home in a sub, which was in a community, and then we flipped a community, which was an entire mobile home park. It was small. I want to say 20 pads, maybe, if I can recall correctly, up in the Spartanburg, South Carolina area. But that was done as well. But that's only so many again, because, today we're doing Airbnb and mobile homes. We're doing Section 8. We're offering housing to veterans, to elderly people. We're doing individual room renting, short-term rentals, flips, wholesales. We're transporting mobile homes. We're doing infill. So you see, I'm telling you all this because, again, all these can be created into streams of passive income, and that's what you want. You talk to big investors, their immediate thing to say is, for you to be successful, you have to be diversified, right? Diversify different businesses, different, whatever it may be. I'll say if you invest in mobile homes, you can diversify, but still just be a mobile home investor. It's just different exit strategies. So, different ways to see it. Uh, Let me see. We had so one of the things I like to do while we have this shadow is the more real that I can make these events, the better. People learn if I do anyway. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, for some people for sure, but you can teach me, you can, show me through a computer, give me a book to read, and all those things are great. But there's just something about when you show me or when I watch you do something, it just kicks in just a little bit better. It just kind of catches. Okay, this makes sense. So at the shadow event, we always try to do, we do have inventory that's available, mobile homes that are actually, and some of these are the ones we actually rehab while we're there. So the investors are not only getting education, but they can also invest on the spot. Now, the two teachers that joined us, I'm not going to give too much info on them. They had already done they started the process on two mobile homes in the same area. They were already ready to invest, come on board, and they went ahead and got the documents, everything done on those two distressed mobile homes in the area, Central Georgia. So coming to the shadow was like a bonus to them because it said, oh, we actually get to come and learn as well. We'll get to see all the steps to getting into the mobile home investing. And obviously will make better sense. But we were waiting also on the titles, the documents, a few other things that were coming. So we were also able to close completely with them at the event. At the same event, which we took a lunch break from 12 to 1, we had a lady that wanted one of the mobile homes that we got there. It's actually a special edition 4-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide. And she was urging us, and quick little backstory is this area was actually just affected by pretty bad storms, really bad storms, tornadoes. And I didn't realize how much damage it had actually done until we were out there and we took a lunch. We kind of drove to some of these areas. They mentioned the Walmarts, Hobby Lobby, etc. And we saw, wow, this was a serious thunderstorm that came through here, tornadoes. That's what they had. So this lady called us and said, I need to buy a mobile. I'm looking to buy a mobile home. They told me that you had some for rent or to sell. So I'm interested, but I need to close pretty quickly if I do. So I found her backstory, and apparently one of the houses that she was about to put a down payment, also they were going to do a rent to own. It got leveled. The tornado got it. It damaged it. So obviously that was, off the chart. And this was a solution that she was very grateful for. But long story short, at lunchtime, I say I only have so much time in between there, but come by lunchtime right before we go. I'll meet with you. We'll take the down payment, which hasn't cleared yet, but down payment was given to us. Everything is done, and we can put you off till Monday where you can move forward at that point. When investors get to see these things, you get the question asked many times. It's like, is there a real need for mobile homes? Well, there's a real big need for affordability housing. And mobile homes are the last of real estate that is offering affordability housing. So to answer that question is yes, yes, and yes. And it's seen more and more. America has a serious shortage of housing. And when it comes to affordability, it is more and growing. It's not going anywhere. That's what the investor, Mr. Justin, was talking about as well, which is, when it comes to real estate, I lean over to him, get advice. Mobile homes, he comes to me, and that's kind of where we work as a partnership. And he says the same thing. People are back to getting denied for loans at this point. Interest rates are rising. And, anytime there is, I'm going to talk about this, but a market correction, market crash, mobile homes do great because everybody needs a house to live. So when you think about, let me get in an asset in a mobile home, invest in something that obviously is more of a secured, mobile homes are there. This is why I don't leave mobile homes. I've had opportunities many times to get into real estate, condos, houses, stick built, single families. They're all great. I'm not against them. but it's, I like ROIs that just look great, and that's what mobile homes do. Real estate has great ROIs, but mobile homes is just so much easier, so much simpler. Remember, low risk, low entry, high reward. You cannot become a landlord or a homeowner on any type of real estate like you can in mobile homes for 10,000 or less. It's not out there anymore. So, when you think about that, it's like, and some of these investors say, well, I got 150,000 to invest. I see 10 homes easy. That's 10 mobile homes that you can come in and rehab and be all in 10,000. Let's say you want to be a landlord, okay? That $10,000 home may give you a net of about $400 to maybe $500 a month. Just depends on the area. Some areas are more, some are less. Let's even say if one gave you 400. So for those $100,000, you get 10 of those mobile homes full and move-in ready to go, and each one of those collects you $400 a month. What is $400 a month times 10 houses, 10 mobile homes, right? What is that times 12 months, which is a year? If you go out and get a 200,000 or $100,000 house and it collects you 800 to 1,000 a month, you can kind of see where I'm going with it. Why would I put 150, 100,000 into one house that's going to collect me $1,000, even so, just one, when I can get 10 of those that may collect me $400 or $500 a month? No brainer, right? And that's why we do what we do. But look, I don't ever knock any investment. I think some guys do phenomenal. Justin himself, I mean, he wholesales back to back. I mean, he knows his stuff. So, but we were able to do that as well. And another of the homes that we have, lot 75, and you can go see our social media. A lot of the pictures have already been uploaded from the event. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So when I do this event and I talk about making it real, that's what I'm referring to. Is I want to do closings on the spot. If an investor wants to buy, I want to do the paperwork right there in front of everybody so they can get the real idea of, okay, this is what it's like. I love when realtors, brokers, real estate investors join us. It is always that's it. There's no more paperwork. That's it. It's like a car, personal property. Okay. There's no deed. There's no real property. I don't need attorneys, nothing against them. I don't need brokers, realtors, nothing against them. I can do it all right here if I know how to do my 5-minute due diligence. That's all I need. Okay. So that's done. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath where we had the event, which was 90%, I want to say 85 to 90% done in the home. And that's actually on Justin's podcast as well. If you want to go check that out, that's 2 Keys to Success. Go check that podcast out. 2 Keys to Success. But he had the podcast where we actually walked them over home for the first time, nothing done to it. And I mean, it was rough. It was rough to say the least. And, we kept looking at things and obviously talking about what we were going to do to them. Now, if you go look at the pictures post the shadow, you'll see 90% of what it looks like. Big change. New roof, new siding, new decks, new skirting. All the inside floors are done. The walls are done. So, I mean, again, this is what we're doing, and it's a steady. Our contractors has gotten a little slow. I think I might have pushed them a bit right before the holidays, but that's part of it. We're all working hard. We're all working hard. So for them to come out and see that and experience, that's what makes the difference. I did have 2 shadow events last year where they were in a conference. So we started actually at a hotel conference. Then we had the shuttle come by, pick us up, take us to the park, but it was not the same. I feel like the investors did not get that same what it's like. It's one thing to go out and say, show me where a mobile home is at. All right, it's at this community, it's lot number this, go in and check it out. People usually, when they do that, they'll go out and see that one mobile home and get out of there. That's it. That they spend as much time as it took them to go in, exterior review, and get back out of there. So when I do these shadow events and I host them in a mobile home that's being rehabbed, that's a whole different meaning. You're going to spend an entire day with me by my side, but you're going to be at a community with me. We're going to go out there. We're going to talk to neighbors. We're going to talk to, obviously part of the community, park managers, park owners. All these people are part of the event. So you get to really be out there and see what it takes to be investing in it. So, that's what we're working on. TBY, join us. So good evening and welcome. Instagram, I'm live on Zoom. If you see me looking towards the right, just depends which way it focuses on the camera. This is every Sunday, 8 p.m. EST time, Sunday coaching series. I do have an opportunity for you. Okay. Tonight, I did not do a coaching because I'm coming off a shadow event, which was yesterday. I'm making excuses. I just wanted to talk about the shadow. Okay. Shadow event. Stranger Things. I may decide to watch it now that I obviously have seen the actual location where it takes place in the movie. So it's kind of neat, I guess. It's if if you like those kind of shows, I typically don't watch much TV, but that's what we're talking about right now. So Next event. That's the next question people are asking us. When is the next event? Some park owners want to join us as well, which that's a good thing. I love having park owners in the room. And yes, you better believe I'll pick on you while you're there because you can answer questions for the rest of the crowd. But I don't know. I do not know. You know, we used to have a shadow every month. I don't know how I did that. It takes so much planning, so much advertising, so much branding, which is all good things. So don't let it sound like a negative thing, but it takes so much planning to put these things together from the legal side, from the safety side, from, you know, just so many things. So what we did last year was we did one every quarter. I said I was going to do two this year. So I may bump it to three. I don't know. But if we have the next one, it'll probably be sometime in the summer. I don't know. Don't ask me what state, you know, because we are getting into now. I will be in Texas this year. So Texas is my next one. We dip into Mississippi and Louisiana. I'm not blown away by the markets. I think the markets are okay. But, you know, we look for ROI, return on the investments, and the numbers, obviously. Rental rates versus lot rents versus ARVs versus, you know, we'll leave this for coaching, but, you know, the numbers are okay. Texas, though, hot state. I mean, Lone Star State, that's where it's at. And, you know, we looked at some of the markets already: San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth. We will start obviously with the east of Texas and then move over into, it's like a whole continent of itself. It's so big, but, you know, we'll get to the whole state. Arizona, New Mexico, I don't know because I do want to focus a lot on Texas at this point. But here is the opportunity. So let me jump into that. And if anybody's posting any questions on the comments, I will answer for you in a few minutes. All right. So I started what's called, now last year, we started traveling quite a bit. We were traveling down to Florida, South Carolina. We went to North Carolina, I believe, as well with it. And that was the level up events. The level up events were more something like a meetup, like a RIA, but it was a lot more involved, okay? Because we were also teaching, we were also coaching, and we were pushing the network a lot harder than a typical come in and just kind of join the RIA, meet people, get your business card out, and everybody kind of went by their business. That's not what we're doing. You know, we really push that into the idea. So, but what I started now, and I want to do is create a strong, small group. I don't know how big it's going to get, but right now I'm thinking 10 members total, and I already got eight members. You got to show me your seriousness. You got to show me that you're willing to work and be part of it. And one of those didn't decide to show through the shadow events. Now, you want to work by my side and get me to invest with you, show you different things, and obviously bring you deals, et cetera, et cetera. But if you cannot show up to learn the basics, you know, as my coach would say, I'm not going to invest with you and coach you at the same time. That's not going to happen. So what that means is two opportunities for two people get the opportunity. This is going to be the level up group. Now, with the level up group is going to be 10 investors on number 11, okay? And what we're going to do is I want to grow nationwide. You cannot grow without a team. You cannot grow without a network. So what I want to do is I want to start getting boots on the ground everywhere. Now, some of these areas I'm talking about in Texas, we're already doing a lot there as well. We already got a lot of boots on the ground. We got some investors as well in the area. And some of them we spoke to, they say, absolutely. We do not mind going out and looking at some of these homes for you. So that's great. I mean, and all this is profitable. Let me point that immediately because that's the question I get. Do I get paid? Your time will be well worth it. I can tell you this. But what we're going to do is I want you to bring your connections. I want you to bring investors. And you're going to be able to wholesale or sell some of these mobile homes to them. You're going to be able to flip some of these mobile homes to them. Every connection I have, you will have as one of my members. If you need a realtor or a broker, let's say you get a mobile home down in Florida, then it's more of there's a lot more realtors, brokers there. So they get very much involved in mobile homes. A lot of that is because obviously the rates and numbers are higher, but irrelevant too, we do use them. The closes that I've done in Florida, I have used different brokers, different realtors. They do great job, by the way. So they do that, but that'll be a connection that you get from us. Attorneys, you're going to run into issues. You will run into issues sooner or later. And again, don't make it sound like a negative thing, but you're going to need for an attorney that understands the investing in mobile homes and what it takes, et cetera, so that they can come in. And obviously, if something needs to be resolved, that can come into play as well. You will run into mobile homes that have no titles, title issues, maybe liens, can't find a VIN number, maybe need to do a bond, maybe need to do, there's so many steps to getting a title replacements. We have agencies now that can get us titles in less than 3 weeks. Beautiful thing. One of the best things we've done is obviously put a lot of attention into that. And I mean, right now, as a matter of fact, we're working on 7 mobile homes that we got for little to nothing. Because here's the thing about it. If somebody's selling you a mobile home and they have no title, that's negotiation all day long. You cannot sell me a mobile home for the same price that somebody else is getting theirs when everything's up to par. You have a lien on yours, you don't have a title. I mean, my goodness, you don't even have a bill to sell. Now we can take care of all these things here, but again, and see, this is where you start negotiating. We send these to our agencies. We got to do some forms. There's a few steps, but in less than 3 weeks, we have titles from the state in hand. And the 7 mobile homes that we're getting up North Georgia, I mean, we got them for little nothing, and we're working on the titles. I'll share the details. Okay. I'm not going to give any more than that. But all in all, the same investment that we put into, I mean, we should, I say roughly, I'm just going to toss a number. We should be well over 60K for 10 mobile homes that we got for a tenth of that price. Does that sound like something you would be interested in doing? You know, that's what we're doing. And we're bringing investors into that as well. For some of you saying, well, I don't have X amount to put towards certain homes. We have connections. We have hard money lenders. We have private money lenders. I have some investors who have invested with me who said, hey, if any of your student investors have any deals, let me know. I'd love to invest. There's a lot of people out there that have money, but they are done doing sweat equity. Sweat equity means coming in and doing any type of physical work. They're not going to get into it, but that's where you can come in. You're young, you're hungry, you want to invest. We connect you together and it checks out. Anybody's interested in that, I will give you a lot more details on the about. Send me an email, j@garciamhu.com. If you're watching me here on Instagram, send me a DM. Just, hey, I'm interested in the Level Up group. I will connect with you. I will check those messages myself directly, or once my rep forwards them over to me, and I will respond back to you. All right. Let's see. Quick questions. And yes, let me see. Somebody had asked something earlier as well. Don't forget Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST time while I'm checking these comments. We have the deals pitch. We got a lot more deals coming available as well. A lot more mobile homes coming available. So some of the new areas also, if you're interested in that, come live on Instagram at 7 p.m. EST time. Send a request to be in your live group. Okay, well, nobody's opening up on here. We're not doing that. Group, I'm interested. So yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're interested in being part of the Level Up, just send me a DM. I'll put my email on the chat box as well on here. There you go. You can email me directly on that. You can go to garciamhu.com. And again, all the links are there. So if you go to garciamhu.com, you can click on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, just any of those. They all come to us. So we see all the messages. All right. I'm interested in being in this group. I have my own money to invest. That's great to hear. Absolutely. So you're one step ahead. Okay. Well, it's a good thing. Send me a message and I'll see what we can do. All right. It is right near 8:30. So busy weekend. Working on a lot of things as well. We are venturing into, and I did diversify, by the way. Somebody asked us, will you ever invest in anything else other than mobile homes? I just invested in a studio. So that's also taking so much focus because we're trying to get that up and running. Tampa, Florida, that's where it's called. That's where it's at. LED Live Studio. Check it out. That's our studio. We will be hosting events down there as well. Some meetups, some RIAs. We'll have a lot of events coming from those areas as well. As a matter of fact, if you're in the area, Tampa, Florida, February 15th, which I think is a Wednesday in the evening, we're going to have an open house. You can come in and check out all of our equipment, everything we have to offer. We'll have a lot of stuff playing on the background, the LED studio. So great stuff. And we'll put some advertisements on that as well. But all right, well, that does it for this evening. Want to invest? Who's again, a couple of you just popped up. Now my Zoom is already done, so I'm not going to record that. But for those of you that just popped on here, send me a DM or send me an email and I will connect with you. So I know a lot of you are ready to invest. Perfect time to invest. This is cash sale time, peak time, because everybody has money, income tax time. So definitely send me a message. That being said, thank you all for joining me this evening. We'll see you Tuesday night at 7 p.m. EST time, live on here. Thank you for watching.